Today, for about the first time in 20 years, I had the opportunity to go to a model railroad train show. This was right on the waterfront of the Strait of Juan de Fuca in Port Angeles. And look what I found, an American Flyer Union Station. I really didn't have a lot of hopes there would be much American Flyer there, but there is that beauty in great condition. Of course, there were a lot of the orange and yellow boxes, quite a bit of O gauge, quite a bit of HO. That's almost all HO over there. And of course the Polar Express had to be represented. That's the big ready to play, some of those cars. And we are getting into Christmas, so Christmas was well represented. And there was some old Lionel available, and look, I found some more American Flyer, and that went home with me. That crossing signal is in excellent condition and will probably be right there on my layout where it is right now. And now back to the show. There's an erector building. I have one just like that on my layout now. And there was one operating train, which some lucky child will win, the one in the box, and be able to take that home with them at the end of the show tomorrow. There's a big Christmas tree, and there is the Strait of Juan de Fuca. This is at the port at Port Angeles in Washington. And in the window, quite a few different scales of buildings. And of course, children were not forgotten.
You're all right.
There's a train for them to put together and run. And we all know those wooden trains. More of the port and our winter weather. Everybody that came in was offered one of these brochures, which do a nice job of telling the history of railroading on the North Olympic Peninsula. There are very few rails left any place, only in a couple of areas where some trains are displayed. But a train used to run all the way from Seattle and by barges came over to Port Townsend and then ran across the North Olympic Peninsula. And here are some of the sites around the peninsula that are still here. That yellow building right there is the local hobby shop, which is the only place around here at all that I'm aware of where you can actually get any kind of train equipment. I found a few items there that were good for my layout. This is a great area of the country to explore anyway, but even though there haven't been any operating trains in quite a while, there's still railroad history to be explored here. And that is right across from the main library in Port Angeles.